Hello, I'm Invisiblade. Welcome to a quick VOD review for Sarvanah here on Livefire, King of the Hill. Just a quick game that she recently played that stat line, she had the most kills but ended up with least amount of damage, so decided to take a look at it. Looking else at the scoreboard, it kind of looks like one of her enemies was a Smurf going 19 and 8, while somebody else on that team went 2 and 12, despite the massive victory of 4 and 1. But I looked through their profiles. I don't really think if it is a Smurf, it's a very small Smurf, but maybe a couple ranks. It's not a very old account, but looking at their other games and who they're playing with and where they lose, they tend to lose in the mid diamond games. So it might be a Smurf, but not huge. But let's take a look at this. And then I brought up Game Coach here, and just a quick tidbit, because I haven't been on here in a long time. They've added a lot. This is really cool. You can see the weapons on the maps, and they have callouts for the maps, which for Livefire, this is one of the oldest maps for Halo Infinite. So the callouts are pretty well known, but for the newer maps, this is really handy, because even I don't know the new maps at all. Some of these are not the same as I know them looking at these now, but that's okay. Anyway, cool. Let's this tool has been upgraded, so this is pretty cool. So let's dive into this. So King of the Hill, you've got your 5 hills. In this game we only get to 4 hills. King of the Hill is a type of game that is primarily focused, especially in the high platinum, low diamond lobbies, around who can control the spawn points better and the correct spawn points. Yeah, it makes a difference in the higher lobbies as well, but there is a skill gap in team coordination and stuff. So for this first and second hill, your best bet, sweet, that still works, is to control C spawns. If you have someone nest, obviously someone in heal, someone near C, and then kind of a roamer can either sit pillars slash pillar door, maybe big door, maybe sandbags, but that's really risky. Maybe even over at C, right? You kind of got your roamer, but these are kind of your 3 staple spots to force the enemy team to spawn on the far side of A. And possibly out by now camo, used to be overshield. If you're spawning at dummies or back mud, you've got a lot of options to attack. You can come down through pillar door, you can go around back mud, jump up to nest from there, you can attack from C. It's really easy to drop slide across to get to sandbags to attack. C side is much more powerful, where A, it takes much longer to get around a C. You're not shooting at the hill that whole time. Sure, you can go bottom mid, get there a little faster, but again, you can't shoot the hill at all the whole time, which I guess is true for C if you're going top mid. But generally, A is your weaker spawn for the first hill, and then the second hill being on C, controlling C and dummies is really powerful, although you don't want to stand out here. That'd be a bad move. And forcing the enemy team to spawn A, big door, even back B is not bad for the second hill. The third hill is the exact opposite, and this is the one hill that tends to flip a lot of times because your stronger team is kind of holding this side of the map when the hill flips. And so the red team, in this case, the enemy team, will have the better spawns. But if you use this one to control spawns, to force them to spawn mud and maybe dummies, then you're stronger for 3. And then 4 is back to this side, with the tower being the more powerful one. You can kind of get the same layout. You can go back B even to stop, because back B spawns are actually really powerful for hill number 4. So you want your roamer, you want a guy stapled at back B, not to be your roamer. You've got one in the hill, and then you've got your roamers either nest, maybe top mid, kind of where the enemy team tends to push, kind of a thing. And then hill 5 again is also C, generally is better, although you can attack from the A side. It's not as powerful. It's kind of 6s for 5 to some extent though. So yeah, let's dive into this. I've already kind of watched this to get an idea of what's happening. I could definitely tell your mindset is less on controlling spawns, and I think that's what really shifted this game, because watching the other team, they focused that a lot more, and so they were a little more mid diamond player level, which makes sense looking at those profiles. So let's let's get into this here. I'm gonna fast forward if it will. There we go.
Seize the hill!
You missed the door. That's okay.
Hill ready. Repulsor obtained. Enemy team.
The fact that nade works to kill him is fantastic. That was a good nade. Okay, right here I'm gonna actually change FOV. You are, when you come up here and you decide to turn around. Yeah, that was a beautiful nade. When you decide to turn around and you sprint to turn around, you end up spending less time shooting at this guy, and you had to move out from vent to get out here when you were running. If you don't sprint and just kind of stand still more, you're still in cover as you turn around, and then you can shoot this guy a little quicker and don't expose yourself. So it's right about here is your first interesting mistake, but it turns out to be slightly less of a mistake because the other team does play smarter. It's kind of interesting. So let's dive into this. So you pick up the sniper, and right here you can see you have a teammate C and a teammate nest bridge, and then you are sandbags. The enemy could be spawning back B, but it's also very likely, and I would argue more likely, to spawn in A. And so my instinct here is thinking I need to watch my left side. You have sniper, going to tower would be very powerful. Your other option, if you can time it right, is to try to attack them off of A. And I did already watch the, am I on the right? I hope so. So, if we back up just a little bit, oh man, that's a little too far. A little further. I'm gonna watch A here. Okay, right there, you've got that guy that's still alive, and because he's over here, and because of the way your teammates are situated, right there, you just seen the guy spawn a window. Now, this is where I would expect in a high platinum, low diamond lobby for that guy not to go to C. But after watching this back earlier, just as a quick playthrough, he heads to C along with the other guy that was still alive, so that's where they're making the smarter play to try to go for the right side spawns. Your teammates are unaware, you don't know it, you're not watching your back here on A, which is what I would expect. And maybe I'm wrong, I mean, the game has changed since I last really grinded. So maybe platinum players don't push out A if they spawn A anymore, but that's just kind of my thought. In that, since you have sniper, you're on the outer edge on the wrong side of the map. You should have gone back towards C and let your teammates take care of the guy in B, kind of a thing. Even if there was 2 guys in here, you've got 3 pushing.
Active.
Right here, you do kind of check big door, but there's still a large chance someone could be coming from A. Granted, it doesn't happen because they move around towards C, but that's what was going in the back of my brain when you were playing this, or when I was playing this back in first-person shooter, rather than this third-person. And now, all 4 of you are on B. The entire map is open. They've taken C. They just spawned A, or moved over to A. I don't know how that guy got there. Because you moved up to try to help clean this kill, and so did the rest of your team, you guys are all kind of clustered up together. This is where, again, the higher platinum lobbies, everyone kind of does that same thing where they're trying to help too much. And so you all end up bundled up here in a very bad spot. There's no spawn control. This is where even if you had stayed sandbags and tried to fight from up there, you could at least give your teammates knowledge that the enemy is or isn't coming from A, so they know to look C, kind of a thing. Now you've got the power weapon at the back of B. All 3 of you are clustered together, and the enemy team is going to collapse, and unless you pop off with the sniper, probably going to kill all of you. There goes 1, there goes 2, there goes 3, and you guys don't even get a trade because you guys are very clustered. So in that moment, not only thinking about where they're spawning in A, but also thinking about you've got teammates pushing towards B, let them do that, and you hold the anchor on a wing. So, yeah, I don't know how else to do that. Thankfully, the enemy team makes kind of the same mistake. They didn't spread out very fast. You got to spawn on C, which is the right spawn. You don't have any teammates in front of you yet, so you don't want to over... Oh, wait, yeah, you do. You've got a teammate down in mud. Never mind, I'm lying. You've got 2 teammates fighting already.
Enemy about to score.
Okay, this is good. Staying up here and shooting, I remember this. Yeah, this was a good move. And here you had your teammate drop down, which means even more you don't need to. You can stay up here to control spawns and put down covering fire. And unfortunately, you end up doing the same thing where you are hard pushing. One teammate did go down, but you're getting shot from sandbags, which isn't unexpected. You've got no cover from sandbags or back B, and you're trying to push these guys, but you're not thinking about the other angles here. And because that guy has to reload, you end up surviving longer here. And you get that kill. But you end up dying ultimately as well. At this point too, if you know they're sandbags, they kind of figure you're going to go back B, so your better bet is actually to sit... Can I change camera? When you drop slide back here to hide from them, they're expecting you to go back B, and they'll toss this grenade to go up there. That grenade's coming in. You can actually hide like right here as you crouch. They can't see you until they come all the way around back B, and even if they come up from this side, they're not going to see you there. So it's actually a nice little hidey spot right here in this scenario. And then you can jiggle peek to get an idea of where they're at. And once you see that there's nobody there, you know they went to the other side. And so you can start playing accordingly, kind of a thing. Okay, right here you've got teammates pushing. You move up and get a kill. Beautiful. They scored. So right here, as soon as they score, my thought process goes, heal is on C. We've really got to hold the C spawns, move to C. I understand your thought process of there is damage back B. I want to clean up that damage. However, in this scenario, if they're damage back B, they're likely to hide. And if they are hiding back B, that means their teammates will be spawning on them back B, which is good for you guys because you guys don't want the back B spawns. You want them spawning back B or A. So at this point, once they score, run away, get to C. Even though there's damage over there, let them stay alive because they will help your team by forcing their team to spawn over there. Instead, what ends up happening is they have a guy focused on C. You're looking for this kill back B. You decide to abandon it. It's just rather late. Your teammate's there to clean it up. So he's doing the same thing I was just talking about of let them stay back there, and he also moves up. You do start moving over here, but if you look in this direction, watch this spawn back C right there on elbow. That spawn doesn't happen if you're currently back elbow or maybe up on top tower. At least it's a lot less likely, right? Depending on exactly how far you get, if you fought the guy that's currently on C plat, depending on how the engagement played out, right? But that spawn there, now you're facing 2 because of that delay, looking for damage, and then coming around this way. If right off the bat, as soon as they score, you move, and it registers that I've got to get to C, that spawn doesn't happen. It's a 1-on-1, and then if your teammate's smart, it'll be a 2-on-1, but you're in the high platinum, low diamond lobbies, so you are going to have to kind of work harder to some extent because your teammates aren't going to make the same plays, but you're helping them by playing smarter, if that makes sense. Then you end up pushing 2 guys by yourself. You don't have much backup yet. You do have the guy Ness who came back, which is nice. You do back out, which is good. But they're getting a lot of heal time. Now your teammates are coming up. This is a good re-engagement. Good kill.
Hill control.
So you guys do end up collapsing and killing them. So it's not the worst thing in the world how it played out. Man, they got here fast from top mid or whatever, but very nice. Top tower, this is a good move. I like your dodge here. It's a little risky because you're completely exposed to top mid, but you know you're getting shot from OS, so this is not a bad hiding spot. I'm worried about top mid, but it actually works out. And not bad.
Grab that translocator.
Good engagement. Now, where did that guy come from? Where? Oh, okay. He just insta went under tower to attack tower. So he knew where you were and just went gung-ho for it, and your teammate couldn't stop him. Okay. Not much you can do in that case. That was just inconvenient timing in terms of you didn't see him because you happened to be checking top mid.
Took the hill.
Now here, because they're fighting over there, you spawn A. This is what you could have done to the other team earlier that I was talking about, where if you were fighting that guy on C, instead of that guy spawning elbow, he could have spawned over here.
Enemy team took the hill.
This was good, a little delayed, but I'll admit I wasn't paying attention either. OS just came up. Probably should have gone for it sooner if you had noticed. I didn't notice either. It happens. And you get it for free anyway, so it's not a huge deal. And then this guy sees you, which is crazy. He must have expected you to make this move. So I don't know if that's a common way to move up in these lobbies, but he's seen you and expected that, so... I like the move to go top mid. You get a beautiful kill. Back out. Good live.
S7 sniper available.
This is very nice, other than you have 3 people in the hill and you guys aren't spread out. So as soon as you recognize this, it's best at least one of you move up to tower. You actually move over to tires, which isn't too bad. And all 3 of you ended up out of the hill there for a second. That's funny.
About to score.
So no, you did, yeah, you did a good job there, not staying in the hill with the rest of your team. Spreading out there. Oh. The fact that you get away from that is crazy. I don't know if I would have done that, but hey, it worked out.
Hill controlled.
Right here, because your teammates went down and you don't know what's up here, you do want to try to clean up damage, but do watch for your dummy guy coming up, because that seems to be where they were attacking from. And sure enough, he's there, and because of that, you do end up getting this kill. Which I can't say I would have playing it safer, but it is something to consider as you're moving up there, just knowing that your teammates just died on the hill, they're in the hill, they're probably coming from dummies. There's a chance nest. I mean, they are nest now, but it's just trying to be aware of where they're coming from when watching for it.
Enemy team took the hill. Your team scored. Hill
Nice.
Incoming.
Good score. Directly move to A. This is good. Oh, that part's not. I remember that. Yeah. You're headed towards the hill, and then you back up. And yeah, you're trying to help your teammate. I don't know if you got a call out or if he pinged it and I missed it. But you're backing away from A and not helping your team with the spawns.
Enemy team took the hill.
You do clean up the damage. It just not the thought process I would have had. It was inconvenient that you didn't have a sticky out. I have definitely done that plenty. Okay, right out of spawn. You're on mud. You got 1 teammate. Pushing big door. You're trying to attack from another angle. Very good.
Enemy about to score.
This is a good attack approach.
Hill control.
Beautiful repulse.
Enemy team took the hill. Enemy team scored.
Fortunately, they just kind of collapsed on you. So what happened there? Let's just see if we can see anything specific here. Because you were playing it really well.
About to score.
I thought. Let's see. So you've got. Let's see. Thank you. You did just have a teammate die. You know one of them is down. I think it's 3v2 right now. I don't see anybody else on the map. Oh, there. All 3 were in there. Okay. So it is 3v3. Unfortunately, your 1 teammate goes down. You save the other teammate. That guy must have spawned dummies. Maybe tower?
Active camo inbound.
Yeah, he just spawned dummies. That other guy just flanks around. Okay, so he just kind of outplayed you right here when he came around through key door.
Enemy team took the hill. Enemy team scored.
They were getting the lucky
Hill
spawns in terms of
incoming.
they were spawning dummies and C, so.
Hill ready. Hill controlled.
This is good. You're stopping B spawns.
Enemy
You're trying to
team
help Hill
took the
finesse.
hill.
I like this. You guys don't have anybody power? Oh, it's camo. Wait, did they spawn on B there?
Hill ready. Hill controlled.
Okay, you guys spawn back B,
Enemy team took the hill.
which is good. Then he goes down. Yep, and then that guy moved over to B, which gave his teammate the spawn back B, and now there's two of them there. And then your teammates are spawning A because you're in a hot fight over here. This is definitely a hindsight. I don't know if I would have made the same play
Hill ready.
active at the
Hill
time.
controlled.
Go back to here, thank you. You see your teammate spawn B. My thought right about here, you do want to help with the hill, but also going to C to kind of spread out a little.
Enemy team took the hill.
Yeah, right about there. Just because you know you have a teammate on B, granted he just died, but even if you're not aware of that, moving to C right here is not a bad move. Then you recognize he dies, and then you're trying to make a decision after this guy dies, and because you're the only one left alive on the map, you just had an enemy guy spawn on dummies right there. And then you got the guy spawning on B here in a half a second or so. Okay, it was 3 seconds, but yeah, you just ended up getting stuck in a bad spot. So hindsight 2020, go towards C once you realize that you have a teammate spawn B, even if he dies, so that your teammates can have the C spawns, but
Power items incoming. Power items on the field.
I don't know much to say about that. Getting the sniper's good. You can just add your number.
Shot caller.
This is good. If you hold B and stop them from spawning B, at least your teammates know that they're coming from the C side. Okay, getting sniper, that's good. Nice.
Enemy team took the hill. Enemy about to score.
Ooh, nice shot.
Hill controlled.
Yeah, you guys end up losing that
Enemy
one.
team scored.
One thought that's kind of going through my head is when you pick up that sniper, I'm gonna have to fast forward quite a bit. This is where, there's arguments for both sides. So power weapons are very powerful, and they're supposed to be. And pros, when they pick them up, they take off heads, and it really makes a difference. I find even in the mid-diamond lobbies, most people, to some extent, especially with the sniper, it doesn't have as huge of an impact because we're not as good with it. We all miss. We might hit 1 in 4 shots, kind of a thing. I find it actually easier to win games by not focusing on power-ups, especially the sniper, that much, where I'm going out of my way. outside of controlling spawns. If I'm still controlling the spawn, or if I'm the roamer, or if it's between hills in this case or something, maybe picking it up. But going back to get it and not trying to control the C spawn here, or not the C spawn, the B spawn. This one, kind of that one. I meant more the next one. I forgot the next one there for a second. That one kind of, but more so this next one, because you know it's up there. You come around to help, which is great. But that sniper up there, just because we're not as good with it, we're not pros. Controlling the B spawn here might have been better and would have put you in a better position to fight people coming out of A, because now you're getting shot from A because you ran up to grab the sniper. And then they're coming out big door as well. Where if you're back B right now, because you didn't go for the sniper, I mean, granted, maybe they pick it up and take your head off anyway, right? So maybe I'm wrong. It's just a different thought process of sniper's important, spawns are arguably more important, so you have to weigh the pros and the cons every time.
Enemy about to score.
All right, I want to see that.
Enemy about to score.
That was a beautiful shot.
Hill control. Enemy team scored. Hill incoming. Hill ready. Enemy team took the hill.
They're gonna flip spawns on you. This actually works out because you guys should spawn C. Actually, your teammate spawned B. Interesting. So they must have a guy tower. Yeah, they do. Yep, and now they're forcing the B spawns. Which actually, that's a good good point. I didn't talk about that earlier. On this hill, if you can get a guy A, you got your guy in the hill, and then you've got a guy maybe there or wherever, the enemy team pretty much has to spawn on B. Which is actually kind of the worst spot for you to spawn for this hill. So if you can do it and force them on B, that works out, instead of forcing them on the A side versus C side. Because yeah, by the time you even get up there, I mean, they're already past the halfway point. They have that guy A, which I guess this is a good little lesson. Maybe you were aware and you were just, at this point, checked out. But because you spawned back B, that means A, probably there was somebody there. So as you move up here, you got to watch for your A side, which you are. You did toss a grenade. So, it's a side lesson that you already know. And then I think that's where they score and win, because that's that. But yeah, anyway, thought I would throw out a little bit of knowledge. It's all about the spawns on King of the Hill and giving your team the advantage of spawns and stopping them from spawning, and it does seem like they played it that way, and so outside of the one hill, they kind of owned the map. So anyway, that's all I've got.